What's up, family? My name is Erin. I'm an executive coach. I work with executives who are looking to redefine their definition, their individual definitions of success. And we practice connecting wellness to performance, as well as learning techniques on how to focus more on self-care. So welcome to Mini-bytes Session 57. Today's topic is give yourself more credit. So I'm doing this video a little bit later at night. Today was a long and very active and very productive day, and I've just sat down to enjoy my dinner, homemade chili made by my wonderful fiance. And before I really dive into that, I wanted to make sure that I got in today's mini bites. So give yourself more credit is actually inspired by my work this morning with a client. And we were reviewing some of our work together, and we were talking about progress that she's made over the last several months. And, you know, she's made a tremendous amount of progress, but it's a little bit easier for me to see the progress that she's made as compared to her. And I think it was just really powerful because at one point we were talking about setting boundaries, and this particular client was sharing how they struggle with that, which is certainly very normal. As you guys, those of you who have been watching these videos know that I've been talking quite a bit about boundary setting lately, as that's been a theme for me during the transitions I'm currently experiencing in my life. And when she said she struggles with boundary setting, I was able to give her examples of areas in her life where she's actually currently setting boundaries already. And I guess you could say it was a little bit of an aha moment for her, in the sense that, you know, it was this acknowledgement like, oh yeah, I actually am setting boundaries in these areas of my life. And this example sounds very trivial, but it's really not. It is something that is really hard to do. It's really hard for us to give ourselves credit for the work that we are doing. As I share frequently during my messages, during these messages, we were trained to focus on what is not working. So like back in the day, see a saber-toothed tiger, not working. Saber-toothed tiger close to me, that is not working. I gotta focus on the things that are not working so that I can stay alive. We don't live in that world anymore. That world does not exist anymore. Yeah, we have different challenges, and the saber-toothed tiger now is dressed in a suit or whatever, however it shows up in our lives, but it's different today. And so with that, we've got to train ourselves to focus on what is working. It doesn't come natural. It does not come natural for us to focus on what is working in our lives. I can promise you this from personal firsthand experience. It does not come natural to focus on what is working in our lives. It does not come natural to always and consistently give ourselves credit. And you know, I think part of it is we were raised to believe that giving ourselves credit was a bad thing. Like, you know, taking credit, that makes me arrogant, that makes me overly confident, that makes me, you know, we're trained to sort of be unassuming. We're trained to express appreciation and gratitude for the things that we do and the things that we have. And then from a very religious sense, we are literally told that we are not to take credit for any of the fruits that we cultivate, or the fruits of our labor, and that all credit goes to God. And there's a place for all of these things, and it is about the balance. But most of us aren't really in balance with it. Most of us have gotten to that point where we recognize, okay, I'm not supposed to take credit for everything, and then we stop there. So what I want to remind, or the reminder today is give yourself more credit, because the thing is, a lot of what you're doing today is working. And in particular, those of you who are so committed to personal development and so committed to, you know, taking your lives to the next level. I should say those of us who are so committed to personal development and just living our best life, showing up as the best version of self. We have an opportunity to continue to give ourselves credit for the work we are doing, because in all this mix of, you know, I could be doing better, what can I change? It's also like stepping into our power more fully and recognizing, like, you know, I'm showing up as best I can today. And actually, those of us who sort of rebel or decide that we don't want to focus on personal development, or we don't have time for it, or we don't need it because we believe that we've arrived, or whatever the other reasons are, these individuals are also, in a place to give themselves more credit because they are still showing up as the best version of self. You see, even when we're not sort of doing that work to show up as the best version of ourselves, we are still literally showing up in the best way we possibly can. And so it's something that I recognize in myself. No matter what the flaws, no matter what the mistakes, I continue each and every day, by the grace of a God of my understanding, to show up as the best version of myself. And so if I'm showing up in the best way I possibly can, well, then so is everybody else, which means I'm doing the best I can, which means so is everybody else. So give yourself more credit. Love you all. Until the next time.